Hello and welcome back. My name is Jack B. And as always, thank you for viewing my video. As of late 2025, the Department of Government Efficiency Initiative has officially disbanded and no longer exists as a centralized formal entity within the U.S. government. The Department of Government Efficiency, which was led by Elon Musk, is facing intense scrutiny in 2026 for alleged misuse of Social Security data, including potential breaches of sensitive Numidic records. Reports indicate concerns over data security, lack of transparency, legal authority, and potential disruptions to federal services, with whistleblower claims and investigations ongoing. A 2026 whistleblower complaint alleges a former Department of Government Efficiency workers accessed and potentially shared sensitive Social Security Administration databases, Numidic and Deathmaster file. There are concerns that sensitive data being improperly placed on external servers and thumb drives. Numidic, numerical identification, are records in the Social Security Administration database file containing detailed sensitive information from an individual's application for a Social Security number, Form SS5, including name, birth date, birthplace, parents' names with mother's maiden name, and for deceased individuals, the death date. As of March 2026, the SSA's Office of the Inspector General is actively investigating these allegations, which are viewed as serious threats to the privacy of American citizens' personal information. Several of the Department of Government Efficiency operatives have close ties with Elon Musk and his other companies. The operatives were focused on investigating alleged fraud and accessing agency databases. All this activity has led to significant operational changes and legal challenges. The team of Department of Government Efficiency operatives who were deployed to the Social Security Administration to review operations and data included Antonio Gracias, a billionaire investor and close ally of Elon Musk who scrutinized the SSA's enumeration beyond entry program; Michael Russo, a former payment processing executive who acted as the agency's Chief Information Officer, CIO, for Department of Government Efficiency; Scott Coulter, a former hedge fund executive, Cowbird Capital, and top Department of Government Efficiency official at the agency; Akash Baba, served as the lead software engineer for Department of Government Efficiency at the agency; Ethan Sheo-Tran worked as a Department of Government Efficiency software engineer; Marco Alez and Luke Ferreter. According to internal documents, both are identified as part of the 10-person Department of Government Efficiency team deployed to the SSA. Peyton Railing, John Koval, and Cole Killian listed as part of the Department of Government Efficiency team assigned to the agency. These operatives, along with others such as Nikhil Rajpal, focused on what they referred to as hacking the bureaucracy to streamline processes and access data. This information is according to ProPublica reporting on conversations with a Department of Government Efficiency person. The Department of Government Efficiency has continually dodged and avoided any form of oversight. Operating as an advisory body, Department of Government Efficiency has avoided standard transparency laws and is fighting legal challenges regarding its obligation to release records under the Federal Records Act. The group has faced dozens of lawsuits regarding its authority to cut, alter, or pause government operations, and its actions are accused of infringing on Congress's power of the purse. Initially promising to provide $2 trillion in savings, reports suggest the actual savings are significantly lower, in the range of $1 to $7 billion, and that amount is potentially overstated. The initiatives also caused disruption and service delays. The Department of Government Efficiency still maintains operational secrecy. There is little public information on the Department of Government Efficiency's hiring, internal operations, or oversight mechanisms. The Department of Government Efficiency's work with the National Endowment for the Humanities is also under intense scrutiny. On March 12, 2025, Nate Kavanaugh and fellow Department of Government Efficiency employee Justin Fox began overseeing the Department of Government Efficiency's work with the National Endowment for the Humanities after its chair, Shelley C. Lowe, left at President Donald Trump's request. Under Kavanaugh and Fox's leadership of the NEH, the Department of Government Efficiency used ChatGPT to identify grants that they deemed were in violation of Trump's executive orders related to DEI, ultimately terminating 97% of the agency's grants within 22 days. In March 2025, Kavanaugh was appointed president of the U.S. Institute for Peace and subsequently transferred ownership of the headquarters building to the General Services Administration. On May 18th, Kavanaugh's appointment was subsequently ruled as unlawful by Judge Beryl Howell. Kavanaugh was deposed on January 23, 2026, as part of a lawsuit brought by the American Council of Learned Societies, the American Historical Association, and the Modern Language Association against the Trump administration in connection with his role in the termination of NEH grants. Videos of Kavanaugh and Fox's depositions subsequently went viral. After an article about the case appeared in the New York Times, excerpts from the videos began ricocheting across social media, prompting scathing commentary about what was seen as the Department of Government Efficiency employees' cavalier demeanor and torturous justifications of ChatGPT's decisions, many of which targeted projects dealing with race, gender, and discrimination. As an example, in one widely circulated clip, Justin Fox is asked whether he agreed with ChatGPT's flagging of a documentary about Jewish women who were slave laborers in the Holocaust. It's a Jewish, specifically focused on Jewish culture and amplifying the marginalized voices of the females in that culture, Fox explains. It's inherently related to DEI for that reason. Clips like this drew widespread ridicule, but they also drew defense from some prominent figures. On a subsequent Friday morning, Musk reposted a clip of Kavanaugh calling him legendarily based and adding a flexed bicep emoji. The government said in an emergency filing that the groups had improperly posted the depositions and that at least one witness, Justin Fox, a former Department of Government Efficiency employee, had been subjected to significant harassment, including death threats. On March 13, 2026, Judge Colleen McMahon of the Federal District Court in Manhattan ordered the viral videos of Fox and Kavanaugh's depositions to be taken down, ordering the scholarly groups take any and all possible steps to claw back the videos. In lengthy depositions, Justin Fox and Nate Kavanaugh defended their effort to cut what they referred to as useless agencies as part of Department of Government Efficiency's attempt to reduce the federal deficit. Nathan Kavanaugh spoke about Department of Government efficiency cuts during his deposition on January 23, 2026. You don't regret that people might have lost important income to support their lives? An attorney asked Kavanaugh about the grant cancellations. No, I think it was more important to reduce the federal deficit from $2 trillion to close to zero, Kavanaugh said. Did you reduce the federal deficit? The attorney asked. No, we didn't, Kavanaugh said. Kavanaugh said they originally determined which grants could be cut based upon certain key words, such as DEI, DEIA, equity, inclusion, BIPAC, and LGBTQ, although the final decision about cuts was left up to the head of the individual agencies. Do you think it's inappropriate in any way that someone in their 20s with no experience with grants for the federal government was making personal judgment calls about what grants to cancel? An attorney asked. No. I don't think it's inappropriate, Kavanaugh said, arguing that he did not need formal education or experience to make informed judgments. So presumably you read some of these books that would have informed you on how to cancel a grant based on DEI, the attorney asked. I did not read a book on how to discern whether a grant includes DEI or not. I read the actual description of the actual grant, Kavanaugh said. According to court filings, the men prompted ChatGPT by asking, from the perspective of someone looking to identify DEI grants, does this involve DEI? Respond factually in less than 120 characters. Begin with yes or no, followed by a brief explanation. Do not use this initiative or this description in your response. Justin Fox discussed federal government cuts made by Department of Government Efficiency during his January 28, 2026 deposition. Fox said they turned to OpenAI's ChatGPT to help sift through the thousands of grants awarded by the National Endowment for the Humanities. Fox was repeatedly pressed by attorneys to explain certain funding decisions, such as defunding a language center he described as a wasteful, non-critical spend, or projects related to Black history and civil rights. Why is a documentary about Holocaust survivors DEI? An attorney asked. It's a gender-based story that's inherently discriminatory to focus on this specific group, Fox said. According to the depositions and legal documents, the men did not provide a clear definition for DEI or take additional steps to ensure the decisions were not discriminatory. They argued it was not necessary because AI software was not the final decision maker. Did you do anything to ensure that ChatGPT's perception of DEI as applied here wouldn't discriminate on the basis of sex? An attorney asked, prompting another objection. It didn't matter, Fox said. Last year, the Department of Government Efficiency's efforts in multiple federal agencies and departments faced opposition and lawsuits, with critics raising concerns about the group's effectiveness and its access to sensitive data. Both Fox and Kavanaugh defended the funding decisions, arguing the cuts were necessary to reduce the deficit, although they never achieved their goals. We were identifying wasteful spending in the government based on administration direction. That was the whole reason we were there, was to find savings, Fox said, though he acknowledged the deficit was never reduced. Some pre-Department of Government Efficiency background on Kavanaugh and Fox. Nathan. Kavanaugh is an American tech entrepreneur. Kavanaugh was a 19-year-old student at Indiana University when he co-founded Brainbase, an intellectual property management platform. He subsequently dropped out of college. In 2021, Kavanaugh was named to Forbes' 30 Under 30 Enterprise Technology list for his role as Brainbase co-founder. There isn't much reliable information on Justin Fox prior to his becoming a staffer for the Department of Government Efficiency in early 2025. Apparently, Fox worked as an associate at Nexus Capital Management, an investment firm. He previously worked at the Institute for Justice, a libertarian public interest law firm. He also served as a law clerk for Judge Ryan Holt on the U.S. Court of Federal Claims. It appears we have let children run amok to make informed adult decisions. I wonder if they had chocolate milkshakes with sugary cake and ice cream for breakfast, followed by 2 shots of espresso with Red Bull. Well, these are my thoughts for today. And again, whether you agree or disagree, please verify the information presented. Thank you. And until next time, take care and be safe.
Me na do it.
Ooh.